Thanks for listening to our Boxing Day show. If you guys are hip to that, Boxing Day was the day that all the wealthy people, after they feasted on Christmas Day, they would box up all of their leftovers and give them to the servants, and that was the day that the servants have off. So basically, it's like a special day like for servants who had to work all day Christmas serving the wealthy, and that's actually their true day off. So I have a real soft spot for Boxing Day and Boxing Day celebrations. So let's get on with Scott Walker signing off. Much love and respect out to you. Be back next week, 8 to 10. Tuesday again.
She stands all alone. You can hear her hum softly from her fire escape in the sky. She fills the bags 'neath her eyes. Didn't time sound sweet yesterday? In a world filled with friends, you lose your way. She's a haunted house, and her windows are broken, and the sad young man's gone away. Her bathrobe's torn, and tears smudge her lipstick, and the neighbors just whisper all day. Didn't time sound sweet yesterday? In a world filled with friends, you lose your way.
The material contained in this program may be unsuitable for young listeners. KSBC is permitted to air indecent programming during the hours of 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. according to FCC guidelines. Listener discretion is advised.
I'm back again, back on the radio for another edition of the Sucker Punch Show. This is a hardcore punk show here on KSBC at 88.7 FM in Claremont. Got a lot of hard-hitting music, new and old, probably mostly old, but some new stuff. My name's Steve, or also known as Sisop from that other show. Playing lots of hardcore and punk music tonight, so thanks for staying up late with me. and hopefully get to see some familiar faces in the chat room. So far, all I see is It's That Bean in the chat room. I need more people in there. There's going to be some crickets in there. The Bean wants to know where the name of the show came from. Was it from a song? I think so. I don't know. I just kind of liked it. And it sounds kind of punky, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to punk you. Anyways, let's get to the music. Here, we're going to start off some new stuff, mostly, and then just kind of see where the night takes us. Skater Vans is in the chat room, so hoping more people show up. I think they will. It's kind of late. Let's listen to something from the Eulogy. It's called The Last Days. Starting off with things good here. Let's review. We just heard from Inside Out. The name of the track is called Burning Fight. Comes off the disc No Spiritual Surrender, which is a classic. That was also got a request from Ken in the chat room, wanted to hear Inside Out, so there you go. Before that, we heard from a band called Breaker Breaker. The name of the track is called All I Never Wanted to Be. Comes off the disc Demo 2001. Before that, we heard from The Distance. The name of the track is called And I Begin the Longest Year Ever. And comes off the disc Your Closest Enemies. Before that, we heard from the band Alone in a Crowd, which is the band that came after Side by Side in New York. The name of the track is called Is Anybody There? And comes off the split CD Alone in a Crowd and Inside Out, but the East Coast Inside Out. Before that, we heard from Rats in the Wall. The name of the track is called On Blast, which is really good. Before that, we heard from Miracle Drug. The name of the track is called Grudge. Starting off the set, we heard from The Eulogy. And the name of the track is called Last Days. Also comes off the record of the same name. That Bean in the chat room says, good set so far. Liking this so far. Well, thank you very much. And if you want to join the KSBC Spinningtron chat room, just go to ksbc.org, click on Last Played in the upper right-hand corner of the website, and then click Join Chat in the chat box. There's a few more people showed up. I see Skater Vans, Ken, Bert, and I just had dinner with Bert too, so good times. It's good to catch up with old friends. All right, we're just going to continue. Oh, wait, I got to tell you about adopting sheltered animals. Save a pet's life and choose to adopt instead of buying. Sheltered animals aren't broken, they've just been dealt a tough hand. Your willingness to bring one home gives them a new lease on life that they deserve. Animal shelters are located all over the Inland Empire and Los Angeles counties. Find the nearest one at rescuers.com. Your new best friend is out there waiting for you. All right. This is the Sucker Punch Show here on KSBC at 88.7 FM. You can listen to the live webcast streaming at ksbc.org. This is a hardcore punk radio show, so thanks for staying up late with me. I really appreciate it. Bert in the chat room says good times. Yes, indeed. Okay, now we're going to continue with the music. Here's another one of my favorites. This is from Verbal Assault. It's called Anger Battery.
And in the end, I effort, I wanna watch so we can wash that rock again. Come back again to wear it down. Anger, battery. Come back again to wear it down. Anger, battery. Come back again to wear it down. Anger, battery. Come back again to wear it down. Anger, battery. Anger, battery. Anger, battery.
Y'all ready for this?
I have stories that don't appeal to me. Most of the energy was basic. A waste of time, it's a waste of time. Where is the happiness they seem to find? In the forest, yeah. And I see their eyes. I am really for it. Don't believe the hype. That little value, they place on insane. But I respect myself. With my eyes, I see through their eyes. They're just afraid of getting left behind. Reinforce, yeah. I see their eyes. Your eye reinforce. Don't believe the hype. Never. And I said never. Let your guard down.
A lot of people think that metal is full of and just plain. Therefore, it has no business being played on the radio. We respectfully disagree. Touch of Evil. Real metal for real heads. Friday nights at 10 p.m. on KSPC.
Hi, my name's Alani. You're listening to KSPC, Claremont.
Whoops. Wasn't ready for that one. All right. All right, let me tell you what we're listening to. We just heard from Bane The name of the track is called In Pieces. Comes off the disc Holding This Moment, which is excellent. Before that, we heard from Outspoken. The name of the track is called Reinforced. Comes off their first 7-inch Survival. Before that, we heard from 10 Yard Fight. And the name of the track is called Hardcore Pride, and it comes off the album of the same name. Before that, we heard from the almighty Youth of Today. And the name of the track is called Flame Still Burns. Comes off the disc We're Not In This Alone. Starting off the set, we heard from Verbal Assault. The name of the track is called Anger Battery. All right, you are listening to the Sucker Punch Show here on KSBC at 88.7 FM. And this is a hardcore punk radio show. And let's see. More people are popping into the chat room. See Mr. Malcontent. Someone's asking if the Barbecue Man is going to show up. Let's hope so. Fingers crossed that the Barbecue Man is going to show up in the chat room. If you want to join the chat room shenanigans, go to ksbc.org, click on Last Played in the upper right hand corner of the website, and then click Join Chat in the chat box. It's easier than it sounds, trust me. Alright, we're going to continue with the music. I got nothing else to say. I got tons of music to play. And let's just get to it. Here is something from my youth. One of my favorite bands still, and from back in the day. This is from Wide Awake. It's called Last Straw.
That sounds good ending.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Let me tell you what we're listening to. We just heard from Head First. The name of the track is called Stand. It comes off the Back in Control 7-inch. Before that, we heard from Downcast, one of my faves. And the name of the track was called Hate Comes Easy. Comes off their 7-inch. And, which is good stuff. Before that, we heard from Underdog, one of my favorite bands. And the name of the track is called True Blue. It comes off the Demos CD. Let's see, before that, we heard from Ian MacKay's Skewbald Grand Union. The name of the track was called Sorry, Change for the Same, which could only be played after 10 o'clock. And let's see, starting off the set, we heard from Wide Awake. The name of the track is called Last Straw. It comes off the 25-song discography. And that's it. All right. You were listening to the Sucker Punch Show here on KSBC at 88.7 FM. This is a hardcore punk show. And thanks for staying up late with me. I see that Sweep the Leg made it into the chat room. So now the party is now just getting started. He's starting the chat pit in the chat room. So if you want to join the KSBC chat room, just go to ksbc.org and then click on Last Played in the upper right-hand corner of the website, and then click Join Chat in the chat box. Real easy and super fun. All right, I got to tell you about KSBC merchandise. Support KSBC, your favorite radio station, by purchasing some of our stunning KSBC merchandise. From the KSBC Basement Tapes Volume 3 CD, or our nifty water bottles, or our other neato goods, just visit ksbc.org and click on the store link in the shop. And you can shop to your heart's content. Thank you for listening and supporting KSBC. We love you. Yes, we do. All right. Let's just keep going with the music. Still got tons more to play. Let's play something kind of old, or kind of middle old, yeah. This is going to be Amenity. Here we go. Yo. Yo. All right. All right. It's getting kind of nutty in here. Starting the mosh pit all by myself. Right here in the studio. I know the chat pit is going off. Thanks to Sweep the Leg is starting the chat pit. Sweeping legs in the pit. Now that's a sucker punch. Anyways, let me tell you what we're listening to. We heard from Adamantium. And the name of the track is called Filled with Shame. Before that, we heard from Unbroken, and that was called Crushed on You. Comes off the disc, It's Getting Tougher to Say the Right Things. Before that, we heard from Voice of Reason. The name of the track is called Closure. And comes off the disc New Beginnings. Let's see, starting off the set, we heard from Amenity. That was called Breathe, and that comes off the disc Forward into the Past. Kind of like the KSBC show that we have here. All right. Okay, we're going to keep going with the music. This is the Sucker Punch Show. It's a hardcore punk show here on KSBC. Thanks for staying up late with me, and thanks for everyone hanging out in the chat room. I'm usually sleeping about this time because I always have to wake up early in the morning to go to work. So I appreciate everyone in the chat room keeping everything lively. I guess my DJ name is DJ Stuckop from Mr. Malcontent. I don't know about that one. I think he called me DJ Shyop. Shy Operator. Anyways, I don't really have a DJ name for this show because this is I guess this is what you would call a temp show. I'm only doing the show for the winter break. And this is my second show for the winter break, and I got, 4 shows left? Or is it 3? I think it's 4 after tonight. So, enjoy it while it lasts. Maybe I'll be back for the summer break, but we'll see. Anyways, I still got tons of music. Lots and lots of music. Tons. So let's just get back to it. Here's a track from one of my favorite bands. It's a good band. I don't think it's one of my all-time favorites, but I like it. It's from the band called The Explosion. Here we go.
The kids who never learn how to live.
This week's episode, Fire at the Shed.
Gee, Johnny, this rope swing sure is swell.
Don't I know it?
Hey, it's Sassy.
I think she's trying to tell us something. Mr. Gunderson? What about Mr. Gunderson?
A fire? Mr. Gunderson's trapped?
Where, Sassy, where?
What, Sassy? Now that you've got our attention, you'd like to take a moment to talk about shelter pets? Shelter pets in general are well-adjusted, healthy, and love being with people?
Sassy, we don't have time.
Pets often end up in shelters due to owner problems like divorce or allergies?
That's great, Sassy, but what about the fire?
There is no fire. You're just messing with our heads?
Sassy!
Sassy is brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org. Remember, adopt.
All right. Let me tell you what we're listening to. We just heard from Paint It Black. The name of the track is called Pink Slip. Comes off the disc Paradise, which is my favorite Paint It Black album. Before that, we heard from the legendary Dag Nasty. The name of the track is called 1 to 2. And comes off the ever so classic Can I Say record. Before that, we heard from some clunky old band called Collision. The name of the song is called Never Again. It comes off the 2001 demo. And I don't know, that bass player is a good-looking guy. Before that, we heard from a band called Rites of Spring, and the name of the track is called Deeper Than Inside and comes off the album End on End, classic record from DC. Let's see, before that, we heard from The Explosion, and that was called God Bless the SOS. All right, I think we're all caught up. You are listening to the Sucker Punch Show here on KSBC at 88.7 FM. And, yeah. We're in the chat room. We're kind of coming up with DJ names since I don't really have one. As I mentioned, this is a temp show. Kind of like when you're working a temp job at the office. You're there for a short while and then suddenly you're not there after they're done with you. So, some of the names I think were coming up. I think the one I like was called DJ Punk Op. That makes me the punk operator. Someone came up with DJ System Punk. I don't know I don't know which one I like better. I think I'm gonna go with Punk Op. So there you go. I think it's settled. I don't know. I'm still gonna work on the names. But I appreciate everyone in the chat room staying up with me and keeping things entertaining. I see Bert's still in the chat room. He told me he had to drive home tomorrow. He had to get up real early to drive home tomorrow or something like that. So I guess when you're listening to hardcore music, you just can't get away. It's hard. Can't do it. Gotta stay up real late. Reminisce some of these good old bands. DJ Temp, okay. Skater Vans. In the chat room says DJ Temp. Maybe that's a good one there. I like that one. All right. Let's just get back to the music. Let's see, what do we got? We're going to listen to a track from One-Sided War, which has the singer from Bold and the drummer from Citizen's Arrest. So it's going to be some good stuff. It comes off that really terrible record label called Ambassador Records. All right, here we go. All right, I'm starting to feel it. It's late. And getting tired. Yep. The Sysop is an old man. And even Skater Vans just said he's got to go to work, so he's gonna bail on us. He's gonna bail out of the chat pit. But you got to do what you got to do. You got to make that dollar. By the way, I think we figured out the DJ name. I think it's going to be DJ Skater Boy. All right. Let me tell you what we're listening to. We just heard the brand new track from Burn. And the name of the track is called Ill Together. Comes off the album Do or Die. Before that, we heard from Unit Pride. The name of the track is called Wide Awake. Comes off the disc Then and Now. Before that, we heard from Project X. The name of the track is called Shut Down. Before that, we heard some new music, or pretty new for this year at least. The name of the band is called World Be Free, and it has members of just about every all-star you can think of. Andrew from Strife, and Sammy from Youth of Today, Side by Side, Judge, a bunch of others, members of Terror, and a lot of great people in this band. World Be Free. The name of the track is called Shake the Ghost. Let's see. Before that, we heard from One Sided War, and that was called Roulette Mine. Comes off the Sum of Days album, and I think that's it. We're all cut up. All right. You were listening to the Sucker Punch Show here on KSBC. I am DJ Skater Boy. I can't get enough of that. And we're going to keep going with the music, but first I got to tell you about free KSBC license plate frames. Would you like people to know that you are a KSBC super fan? There's no better way than to add a KSBC license plate frame on your car. These will make all the other drivers so jelly. Plus, the KSBC license plate frame is free. To start showing others you are a KSBC super fan, just call us at 909-621-8157 during business hours, and we will send you your frame. Or you can go to ksbc.org and just submit a form that way. All right, Skater Vans, you get a pass because you're going to be listening to the show in your car on the way to work. What do you work? At midnight. Must be something kind of shady. Anyways, let's get back to the music. As I mentioned, this is the Sucker Punch Show. It's a hardcore punk show here on KSBC. Here is something from Torches to Rome. It's called Young Arsenal.
What the fuck?
my age, I still can make it my own way.
Against the grain.
Always against the grain.
Uh-oh. Did the pit stop? This happened to me last week. Around this time. Is that a coincidence? Interesting. There's nothing I hate more than dead air. Let me see what I can do here. Everyone just kind of hang out. I'm going to have to send a fix-it note to the IT people. All right. I know dead air is kind of a bummer, but these things happen. Let me scroll down. All right. Where is this? All right, something's not right here. Yeah, let me get back to this. See if this works. All right, that's better. Turn this down. All right. But yeah, I don't know what happened. Those things happen. I don't know. Let me see what I can do. Just seem to remember, like I said, this happened last week. Interesting. I don't know. But I still got about, what, seven minutes left of the show. Let me turn this down. Let me see if I can kind of pick up where I left off. Okay. Let me do that chorus song again. All right, here we go.
You know, at my age, I still can make it my own way.
Against the grain.
Always against the grain.
justice! I am justice! I am justice!
Well, that's it. Sorry, that last track bit the dust. But like I said, this is live radio. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. It's crazy. All right, Mr. Malcontent. Man, I'm seriously falling asleep here. Says, stay great, Punk Op. Thank you very much. And Sweep the Leg thinks we should do the Mario. All right, Mr. Malcontent. I think I'm saying that right. I don't know. Like I said, I'm losing it. Anyways, if you want to see tonight's playlist, just go to kspc.org. And then click on my show link. You'll see tonight's playlist. I'm out of here. I'm done for tonight. Thanks for staying up late with me. I really do appreciate it. And thanks for listening to the tunes. Don't forget, I do that other show on Sundays called the Video Game Music Show at 5 p.m. Sundays, 5 to 7 p.m. So it's good times. I'll be back live. And don't forget, I only got 3 more shows left of this one. Sucker Punch Show every Tuesdays from 10 to midnight. Banzai. All right, I'm going to leave you with one more. And I think it's appropriate since next week's show will be the first show of 2018. So I'm going to leave you with Embrace's End of the Year. This is the track by them, End of the Year by Embrace. Here we go. See you next week.